starting Bijrani Zone Safari. This time we decided to take the morning slot where we reach at the Bijrani gate around 6 a.m. So it was pretty dark high when we started from the hotel. But you can see the light is increasing, so the day is starting up. So here it starts. It's the area where we just get started inside the zone. After visiting Dhekla and Jhirna, we wanted to feel what is there in the Bijrani zone. Checking with the guide and understanding what all is available here, setting some expectation for myself.
नहीं दिसंबर में आए थे हम आ गए थे हम लोग झिरना जोन में गए थे हाँ वहीं पे वो जो लैंडस्लाइड है ना वहीं पे
So you can see it's like getting inside the forest.
नहीं हमें नहीं दिखा वाले में दिखा शाम के तो थे वो एक बस एक तो नंबर वाले को तो दिखा था आप कौन से 10 नंबर दिखा था किसी को हमारे बस 1 मिनट पहले का दिखाया दिया था
Spotting tiger remains the desired activity. I don't much care about it myself. So we are still approaching the core zone. It's an outer area, and I can say that in a while we will start seeing the beauty of the whole forest of the Bijrani area. It's still cold. It's a March, but we were feeling quite chilly in this morning. So since it's a pre-spring, like spring was not started that point in time, so it was little dry area. You can see the different color of the jungle while we were passing through the teak wood area. So the Bijrani zone, the forest keeps changing its style every 15-20 minutes. You end up spending around 3 hours. You start around 6 and you can run till 9:30. The safari, the morning safari, and it has hilly area, it has open area, which gives you a variety of sightseeing option, which we could not notice in the Jhirna zone. It was pretty much I would say the open area. They call it grassland area, which is good for spotting lots of animals, but you don't get a feel of the forest. Whereas when we went to Tikala zone, as you might have seen in my previous video, we were in like for 1.5 hours we were just traveling inside the jungle without even having some view of an open area. So now the tree and the vegetation has changed, and if you see towards the sky, the color, and it's a rising sun, and you can see a different feel or a flavor of a forest every 15-20 hours. So I picked up all these clips and put together just to give you a feel of a forest from different area of Bijrani zone. So the idea of this video is just to share some of the clips which I picked up while I was visiting that zone. Not to inform you what to do, what not to do, it is just to give you an experience of this area, which can help you in making decisions. There are various water related things. So we got some rivers, kind of monsoon river. They were not always flowing, so there are some water, some good amount of stone and dry area. I visits after monsoon, say July, August. They may see a lot of water. This area is closed during monsoon, till monsoon. I think till June it is closed, and after that they open up for the visitors again. Passing through the river, the water river.
हाँ हाँ उधर भी हाँ उड़ के गई हाँ
See the bird. Lot of birds as well. Since it's a jeep safari, you can go slow, you can stop, and it gives you the whole feel of the forest. The waves created by the car, Jeep, I would say. So it's a dense forest. You don't know which animal is sitting there. Cock.
हाँ ये सारे
They call it Chepulka.
हाँ
Then we go, and now you can see it's an open area. And as soon as we start approaching the open area, the deer will start popping up. So
बड़े बड़े थे
it's
छोटे हैं
with ease you can spot
वो पहले
deer.
निकाल दिए क्या उन्होंने
Because you are just
बॉडी के अंदर एक्सेस कैल्शियम हो जाएगा ना तो ये स्टैक में गिरा
all this stuff.
अभी छोटे छोटे से शुरू हो गए हाँ
You can hear the birds sounds. Listening to the song and seeing the forest itself was a rewarding experience. So another deer, the spotted deer passing by. So we saw 3 types of deers in this area, Bijrani area. Yeah, we could not spot the tiger, so I let you know in advance. So there is no trick of tiger in this thing. We saw various types of birds, eagle, snake, those things. Not in the part, not in the videos, but yeah, we spotted them.
ये स्मॉलेस्ट डियर है ना इसमें काका
बार्किंग डियर है
पार्किंग डियर
The barking
कल
deer,
भी देखा
काका बोलते हैं
if you can see it. Yeah,
फुल टैक्स के डियर होता है ना वो तो
you can focus.
कितने टाइप के डियर्स होते हैं
फोर टाइप फोर टाइप जैसे आपको एक स्पॉटेड डियर मिलता है एक आपको सांबर डियर जो बड़ा होता है जी ना
थोड़ा बड़ा होता है
हाँ,
हाँ
ब्लैक होता है और एक होता है आपका ये बार्किंग डियर
This is like a old village leftovers. There was a small habitation initially inside this forest area, which was shifted by the government later on for the benefit of people as well as for the benefit of animals. Again, lot of spotted deers. You can see a cluster of it. See. I was using my binocular to see them well. In parallel, was trying to shoot this from my camera. Especially for this zone, my major focus was seeing things through binocular, not shooting the video with camera using. But yeah, I made some clips along the way. So you can see the different color of a forest here now because the sun is also rising, and I think the trees and like the whole other area is also changing. So based on the topology of that area as well as the rising sun, it's a bright color now of the forest. You can hear the sound of the birds. And if you compare this area, it's pretty different than the previous one just few minutes ago. It's a part of the same clip. Now you can see a little, because the vegetation is dark green, there it was orangish, so the whole aura was different. And it changes, as I pass through a different kind of trees and vegetations and sunlight, it gives the completely different feeling of the forest. I can keep watching this particular road for a pretty long time. We spent 3 hours watching this while we were at safari, and I think enjoyed it as well. forest looks very colorful when the spring comes in, and I could see that different colors. See, it looks colorful. And we are approaching Odi. I think we got a nice guide and the driver. They were sharing information, not rushing through the process, and giving us time to observe. I think that's also an important aspect of doing safari. It's luck. The water bodies are also nice ways to capture some of the birds and animals if one stays in that area for a little longer time. The good part of this area is it has a far more geographical, like a square kilometer area than the China zone. And in the China is more or less there is a one circle, and all cars and jeeps are expected to follow that circle. Here each jeep can take their own track because there are multiple possible pathways. So even if there were 30 cars, but we hardly met any jeep, or I would say jeeps during this time. So that gives a kind of little more comfortable and isolated exploration experience. Whereas in China you are always followed by, or you are following some other car. And then so this, for the whole 3 hours we hardly met anyone, and then we were more or less alone gypsy exploring this area. So I like that part of this Bijrani zone. Again, coming to a grassland or an open area, which is a good place to spot animals, deer. So whenever you go to an open area, you end up spotting the deer. So I made few clips, but the deers were everywhere. You can see afar one more gypsy. So that's like a small encounter you had with another human habitat in safaris, but not so often. Again, see the collection and clutter of these deers everywhere.
झुंड है ना, ग्रुप होगा पूरा।
ये बहुत बड़ा ग्रुप है क्या आगे?
ये तो एक ही है।
आ रहे नहीं
फीमेल ही है।
Here we spotted elephant, and then I was on binoculars, so I could not make the video of it. We saw first one, like it was looking like one elephant, then I saw 3 elephants, and later on we found a big group of elephants. And we had a quite close encounter as well when we were passing by, and an elephant was about to cross the road and we just passed by. It was a little close, but yeah, you don't witness that many elephants in this area if you compare with the Tikala zone. Tikala zone is having all the resources which elephant needs during this period, March, April, but still we end up spotting around 7-8 elephants in this area, and had a close encounter with one of the elephant who was about to cross the road. It's difficult to spot the elephant in this forest, even if such a huge animal, but it get like disappear in the trees and the vegetation of this whole forest very easily. So when it's difficult to spot the elephant, you can think about other animals. It's not easy to spot them, but they are everywhere. So another beautiful, colorful part of the forest that we see towards the sky. So you can choose how much open area you want to cover, which hilly area you want to cover, because the zone has all these things. If you want to just hang around with animals, you can spend more and more time in the open area space. So you may end up witnessing more and more deers and other animals.
होली का जब फेस्टिवल आता है ना जी, उसमें नेचर भी अपना रंग चेंज करता है। ये सब पतझड़ है। टाइगर फुटप्रिंट है ना नीचे देखने में।
So the view which one can see from here is little like whole space. They are showing us the tiger footprints. So we could at least witness the tiger's footprints, if not the tiger. And I think you also could witness the footprints of the tiger.
हाथी इतना बड़ा जानवर मुश्किल
You can go back and check them if you wish to. See, the tiger may appear once in a day for and one or two jeep may end up seeing it for 5 seconds. And that may becomes a big news in this Jim Corbett area. I don't feel that excited about chasing the tiger alone. But yeah, overall, nice experience. So fortunately the sun was coming up and we were feeling a little warm now because it was too chilly in the morning. So now you can see the different color of the forest. It's like dark green and different kind of trees here. Gives us a very different feeling. There is a good amount of moisture in this side and this part of the forest, which makes it ideal place for snakes and other kind of, and that's why the eagles are surrounding this area. So we end up watching and seeing many serpent eagles and others which were just sitting very close, very down, waiting for some snake or something to come up so that they can take it away. So this was only a story or a thing in this side of the forest, because a different type of trees, different type of moisture makes different type of animals enjoying that area, as well as the predators looking for that area.
पक्की पुली वाली रोड में बहुत नेपाल के बॉर्डर एरिया, बहुत अच्छी जगह।
अंगूर बैठा है रास्ते में।
So here we will let the serpent
अच्छा
through the binocular.
अंगूर जाने के लिए
Please. We wanted to make sure that we don't disturb this langur because he was running. And then the langur decided not to run away from us and says, let's wait, let me get a sight. Nice. So the whole idea, what I would like if I just start summarizing about our experience. So I see the Bijrani gives you a mixture of the forest and the open area. Like the China gives you a good experience of an open area and good for watching and witnessing, sightseeing the animals. But here you can see the mixture of different type of forest, which gives you a variety of animals, as well as I think the nature part is more experience here. Maybe number of animals or the things you wanna see from animal and bird side you can get in Jirna zone as well. But if you wanna just feel the whole forest and the different color of the forest and the density of the forest and open area of the forest in the one safari, then I would recommend doing Bijrani over others. Yes, the jeep safari has its own comfort, be it you do it in a, so I have done in two zones, Jirna and Bijrani, whereas at Hekla zone when we went to a canter safari, yes, we went deep into the forest, but we could not enjoy that much because of the shared canter and always running and so much noise of it. But yes, there was an open area when we reached after driving that much in that Hekla zone, which was quite amazing. So overall it's a separate experience, nothing to say good or bad. But if you are looking for less tiring, fast, easygoing experience, I would recommend you Bijrani. If you are doing just to see some animals and do it fast, then you can go to Jirna. I think Jirna can be covered in 40% of the time than what we spend at Bijrani, because the path is the area is small and it's quite predictable path.